Welcome again, Australia and the world for that matter. Back on the subject of me running for Prime Minister, or at least getting this videos or the two videos in the front of all eyes in Australia. So at least if I can't become Prime Minister, the people ruling our country know what Australians want. That's all we need. I touched in the first video on the major factors I see. Example one is illegal immigrants need to cease and desist. No more. Zero tolerance. Government pensions need to be scrapped. They're just hideous. Insane to think people can do a bad job, get fired, not be wanted by the country, but then earn more money monthly than our grandparents and our parents that actually worked hard all their life for 60 odd years. You know, it's just insane. I'd like to touch on a couple more items that I will be addressing if by chance I get the backing and what have you to actually get into Parliament and Prime Ministry. We've got into the jet, the bodyguards, the bulletproof cars, everything. It needs to be gone. It's not needed. Now let's talk about the round table. Sorry, the backbench. The backbench, the right wing, the left wing. Are we running a football team or are we running a government? I mean, yeah, in the last year or so they even threw a hooker in there. That was, I mean, that's no, Mr. Williams, that doesn't mean anything. We forget that anyway. But these people, you got 20 or more people in a room at a government house that's not even needed to discuss gay marriage, whether two people that are gay can get married. That's 20 or more people on 100,000 a year or more salary. $2 million in salaries within that meeting with all staff and everything there to discuss things that are of no concern to Australia at all. I mean, honestly, people, who cares whether you like to sink the pink or sink the brown? It's not a game of snooker. We're all equal. Doesn't matter who you are in Australia. Doesn't matter if you're 1 year old or 100-year-old. Doesn't matter if you're disabled or you're not disabled. We are all equals. Not one person is better than another person. Everybody has their own unique traits, and Australia knows that. That's why we're called Australia. That's why we love our country. What we need is our government to understand the same thing. We are all Australians. We're not Australians better than other Australians, or Australians worse than other Australians. We are all the same. We are all equal. If two people are in love and they want to get married, who are we to say they can't get married? All right, if you want to marry your dog or something, that's a little bit different. But if two human beings want to be married and they're in love, who cares? Why do we need to pay people so much money to make a decision on this rubbish? It is absolutely insane. Our government, in the last 20 years, our government have spent more minutes or more hours, wasted more of our taxpayer-funded money on meetings about rubbish, idiotic complaints, or sorting out their own internal affairs that have upset all of Australia. There's too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. It all comes down to the same thing. You vote for a government, okay, you vote for your Prime Minister. So why in God's name does the person that lost the election, opposition leader obviously, have any say in the future of Australia? He lost. He wasn't wanted. So we're supposed to be a democracy, and we're voting, and somebody could win. They get 49% of the votes, but because they get an extra vote from the Greenies or whatever, they get in. Oh, The way the government is set up is just insane, and Hurricane or Cyclone Davo needs to come through, sweep everyone off their feet, cause total devastation, then get Australia pointing in the right direction on top of the world. The Australian dollar needs to be more than the euro, more than the pound. There's no reason why it can't be. It's all about the economy, and you've got to have a surplus. You can't live in a country where you got $50 million or whatever, $1 million deficit. Doesn't matter if it's $1 deficit or 50 million, it's deficit. If you can't run your government and run your country in surplus, then you should not be doing the job. It's that simple. You can't add up. Because the average Australian sitting at home, they got $100 in their bank. They want to go to Woolworths and do the shopping. They can't spend $120. You've only got $100. So you buy what you need with the money you have. Another thing is, I think it's at the Gold Coast at the moment from memory. Well, we applied for the Olympics or Commonwealth game. Okay, all of Australia is all excited. Yay, beauty, we're going to win, we're going to win. We win. Now they turn around and they're asking people of that area to pay more in their rates so they can pay for it. Oh my God, government, if you don't have the money to do something, don't do it. It's that simple. You don't make promises that concern Australia as a whole if you don't have money to do it. What's the seat on the UN? Is it a corporate box at the Formula 1 Grand Prix or a front row at the concert? It's pretty expensive seat, so it must be something pretty good. Maybe it was a seat to see the eclipse, but I think that was best in Canada. Shouldn't it be the other way around, Australia? Shouldn't other countries be paying us for the privilege of sitting in our country? That's the way I see it anyway, and things are going to change around here, I swear. Our army, our defence forces swear on oath to defend and protect Australia. So, hello people, why are they defending and protecting Afghanistan? I got no idea. I really don't have any idea. Our troops should be here protecting and defending our country. I cannot see any known reason on earth why our troops are being injured, and unfortunately some of them have lost their lives fighting for another country. They're not fighting for Australia. It's crazy. The way our government works, it's like the American president or a president of another country is running Australia. Because every time they get on the phone, hey, Miss Gillard, hello. Hey, Redhead, how you going? Yeah, send us some money. We got this really good seat in the UN. It's only quite a few million. You can afford it. Pay for it. Yeah. Done. No more people. It's time Australia government changed and other countries wanted to be like us. Yep, they don't want to be like Mike. They want to be like Australia. It's that simple. We've touched on everything else. I think the pensions, the government, salaries. It wasn't that long ago. All the government heads, most of the government actually, got this really nice salary rise. Even the Prime Minister got an $80,000 pay rise. That's 1.5 times what the normal person gets a year. And from memory, I think that, from what I've heard anyway, I haven't seen it on paper, but I think that puts the Prime Minister on close to $500,000 package. I'm going to do the job for $200,000 a year. Yep. I'll get a company car, phone, computer. I'll get all that rubbish that comes along with leading the country or whatever, and your economy at class airfares and everything. But I cannot for the life of me see how a Prime Minister of a country that can't even get a country into a surplus, can't even do what they said they were going to do, have got a parliament full of hypocrites, can earn close to $500,000 a year and not do the job. If this was a business, they would have been sacked 6 months ago, 8 months ago. They probably wouldn't have even lasted a year. But they're still there. They're still going. Same crap, different day. Australia knows it. Everyone knows it. But come election day, everybody votes for the next idiot or the same idiot. They're all the same. These people in Parliament are brought up along the same wavelengths. They all believe in the same thing. What can I get out of this? What land can I rezone so my mummy or my wife can become an instant millionaire and sell a block of land? Well, there's something I might do. I might find out where all the politicians' houses are, and when you, Australia, elect me as Prime Minister, I'll make all the land around their houses Housing Commission. How good is that? I'll keep that in mind, yeah. No, that's a great idea, that one. But you get my point. It doesn't matter who they are, how long they've been in Parliament, whether they're backbench, right-wing, left-wing, banana peeler, reserve, half-time substitute, doesn't matter what they are. They all have the same mentality, and not one thing in their head will lead Australia in the right direction. It will only lead their own bank accounts, their own agenda, and their own... You find me one politician that has a parent or a grandparent in a nursing home that's about to be closed. You won't see it. Why are we closing TAFEs? We want our children to grow up smart. We want them to learn. Most Australians, because of our government, can't afford to go to university, so they go to TAFE. So the government closes all the TAFEs. What's that going to cause? That's going to cause more teenagers committing crimes. It's going to cause more graffiti. It's giving kids more time on the street rather than in a job or learning to get a good job. For the simple fact their parents cannot afford to keep them once they're 17, 18. If they can't get a job, then they're on unemployment benefits, which is more money from the government, more taxpayer money. Everybody, it's lose, lose, lose. So the people that built our country and worked all their life, probably even voted for these morons, are getting kicked out of nursing homes and retirement homes. Very sad. Our kids that we plan to lead into the future and look after us when we get old are being told they've got nowhere to study unless they're rich or they get a job early. I mean, I can't comprehend everything I've told you people in this video and the last video. Is just so simple, things I've thought about just driving to work. I've seen it on the news and I'm thinking, nah, that's crazy, you should do this, blah, blah, blah. These people studied, they have learnt, they've been taught. These people are supposed to be brainy, they're supposed to be smart. Then why does a basic Australian guy like me know more than them about how to put money back in the economy? You turn around and you promote Australian-made stuff, then you go spend all your money on your own jet. You don't even use Australia. How many times has anyone seen a Prime Minister shopping at Woolworths? How many times has anyone seen a Prime Minister, or even most politicians that are up the top level anyway, eat at McDonald's, Sizzler? They don't do it. They don't have to do it because taxpayers pay for them to have helpers. Bodyguards, security guards, drivers, maids. I'd be surprised if most of them even wipe their own bum. But we won't go there. I know I wipe my own. Anyway, get behind me, Australia. Get these videos out there. Share them, subscribe, comment, say what you like, as long as it's good. Alright? And hopefully the right eyes will see it and either A, I'll become Prime Minister and we can get Australia in the right direction. Or B, somebody that's already in government and well liked will see the ideas I've come up with, maybe put a few of them in place, and that might just be enough to get Australia on the right foot. For God's sake, something's got to happen or Australia is going to start going down, because these idiots just don't know what to do. I'll leave you with that, people. If I come up with more ideas, I'll do some more videos. Until then, ciao for now again, and God bless Australia. Mwah.